Can you imagine selling your company, everything you've ever built, to become a full-time trader? It sounds absolutely insane, right? Well, that's exactly what a former bookbinder named Patrick Nill did. And here's the crazy part. Today, he's a 9-time trading world champion. So the question is, how on earth did he pull that off?
You gotta understand, this was not some easy move. Patrick was facing a total wall of skepticism. His parents, his family, his friends, they all thought he lost his mind. He put everything on the line, while, as he says, everybody was laughing. It was, without a doubt, the beginning of one of the most incredible turnarounds you'll ever hear about. So just how wrong was everyone? Well, let's look at the numbers. Since just January of this year, he's up 120%. Yeah, he more than doubled his account in just a few months. That isn't luck. That is a system. So what is the secret?
Well, it all starts with his mentor, an old friend named Thomas. And Thomas has a completely different way of looking at trading. For him, it's not about memorizing 1,000 chart patterns. Nope, it's about mastering the single most difficult, most volatile market of all, the one that exists right between your own two ears.
See, Thomas's whole philosophy pretty much flips conventional wisdom on its head. He says success in trading is 70% psychology and only 30% technical stuff. So while most traders are out there obsessing over charts and strategies, Thomas says the real work, that huge 70% chunk, is all about clearing out your own mental baggage first.
So what is this mental baggage? Well, they call them inner resistances. Just think of them as the little demons inside your personality. It's your own personal history, your fears, your greed, all the hidden programming that makes you panic and abandon your plan the second real money is on the line. Finding those and clearing them out, that's step one.
And the whole goal of all this inner work is to get to a place that Thomas calls neutrality, or as he puts it, to be easy with you. It's that state of mind where you can actually execute your plan without your emotions hijacking the whole process. When you're neutral, you're not trading out of fear or greed. You're just following the plan.
Okay, so this psychological foundation, this is what leads them directly to their market strategy. Because once your mind is clear, you can start to see the market differently than everybody else. And that right there, that's where their unique edge comes from. Doing the exact opposite of what the crowd is doing.
They've got this signature setup they call the range break-in. And the name, it tells you pretty much everything you need to know. You see, while most traders are obsessed with breakouts, chasing the price as it explodes out of a range, these guys do the opposite. They let the crowd make their move first, and then they trade against it.
So how does it actually work? Well, it's a beautifully simple process. First, they find a clear trading range. Then, they just sit back and watch as the price breaks out of that range. But, and this is the absolute key, they're looking for that breakout to happen on low volume. That's the tell. It means there's no real conviction, no big money behind that move. So, instead of panic selling, they just wait, and they buy the second the price starts to creep back inside the range.
So you can see the difference, right? Typical trading chases momentum and follows the herd. But the break-in method does the opposite. It works on the assumption that a breakout is probably false until it's proven otherwise. It's a whole strategy built to capitalize on all the predictable fakeouts that happen all day long in the market.
Now this kind of contrarian thinking and mental discipline, it doesn't just happen in a vacuum. Patrick isn't some lone wolf sitting alone in a dark room. No way. He's part of a professional team, and their daily routine is every bit as structured and disciplined as their trading strategy.
Their day kicks off at 7:15 a.m. sharp. They get their fundamental analysis, they review key price levels from the team's scalper, and from all that, they figure out the context of the day. But, and this is so important, after all that info is shared, each trader goes off and finds their own trades. There's no groupthink, it's all about collective intelligence, but individual execution. So, we've got the psychology, we've got the strategy, and we've got the teamwork. This whole philosophy really can be boiled down to 3 incredibly powerful lessons that apply to anyone trying to master any difficult skill.
So, lesson number 1 comes from Jonathan, another trader on the team, and he says it simply, focus on the process. Think about it. If you're only fixated on the outcome, on making the money, you get distracted, you put all this pressure on yourself. But if you just focus on perfectly executing a repeatable process, step by step, the results tend to take care of themselves.
The second lesson comes straight from the mentor, Thomas, and it brings us right back to where we started.
He says the most important thing is to know who you are. You just can't succeed by copying someone else's style if it doesn't fit your own personality. You know, self-awareness isn't just some feel-good wellness trend. In a field like this, it's the absolute foundation of your entire career.
And finally, the champ himself, Patrick Nill, gives maybe the most practical advice of all. Find a way that feels comfortable for you. He actually admits that he tried scalping, which is a super fast-paced style of trading, and he said it felt like he was having a heart attack. Even a 9-time world champion had to find the style that fit his own unique personality, and so does everybody else.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? We spend so much time learning external systems and strategies and all these different techniques. But what if the biggest thing holding us back from our own success is something we're not even looking at? What is the most important thing to know about yourself before you can truly succeed?